What's going on, guys? Luke here for episode 5. Let's do it. Right, today is literally a really simple video and everyone must know what it is. It's FBA Wizard, and I actually have FBA Wizard as one of my sourcing softwares, whatever you want to call it, ways of sourcing. And a lot of people think it's not good, some people think it's good, and it's conflicting views. Same with Tactical Arbitrage, or maybe some people don't know how to use it, or they are unsure how other people are using it to optimize the results. So what I'm actually going to do is explain why I use it first. So actually, to start with, I don't use FBA Wizard in any... I basically use it for its most basic functions. So I will quickly show you what settings I use. I just load my last settings. I normally do the same for every single supplier, and I'll filter through as and when. So, example, Tesco's. Get rid of fresh bakery frozen. 22%, £1.50, 150. So broad. It's almost not worth me putting anything in, because 22% I probably wouldn't take. But I'd rather look at more information, just a little bit more information, than less. I'd rather have more options for the sake of quick glance. And I will literally, you can see here, Superdrug, Ocado, sorry, Cop Beauty, Holland and Barrett. You know, there's nothing special here. I'm not going to any unknown sites, and I'm literally just every once a week, maybe twice a week, using this as, I call them filler leads. So filler leads for me are 30% return or 30% ROI products, to 35 if I'm lucky. But everybody has access to the software at a reasonable price. So to me, this is just like, it's just bulking up the purchases, because ultimately, if you can do £15,000 in sales, all 30% items, you're still going to be making all right money. Yeah, it's not going to be amazing, but you'll be able to pay yourself a salary, for example. Okay, you know, and a lot of people, for them, that's their goal, should we say? You know, it's not like to make because with this, it's not something you can make thousand. Yeah, maybe Christmas, if you play it right, you can make some decent money. But through the year, you know, you could just do 15 grand. Let's say 13 to 15 grand. Make £1.5 grand for yourself. Keep your expenses down. So that's obviously where, you know, people think sales, but actually people overlook expenses, because high expenses means zero profit. Well, potentially zero profit. And actually, by just stripping back, so I spent 6 months testing my expenses. Like, did I need FBA Wizard? Did I need this? Did I need? And then eventually, after 6 months of breaking even, because I was testing basically I had high expenses because I was testing everything. I then stripped it right back to like 30% of what I was actually spending, and getting the same results because I had like tested everything to see what was sort of the best fit. So this, you know, a lot of people might moan, but actually, if you only buy a handful of some, you might buy 4 of this, 4 of that, 4 of that, but it just fills up your inventory. And I call them items that are going to sell in the background next to your good products that you have. So you can just let these run at 30% and don't really have to pay any attention. Sometimes I take a little bit less depending on the profit and the rank. Sort of like, if the rank's really good, I'll take 20, because if I can sell 10 a day and I can replenish that consistently, or even, like, you know, maybe not consistently every day, but a couple of times a month, like it goes in and out of stock, or it goes back and forth on deals, so it will always just cycle through the deals. So it'll be high, the next month it'll be low, high, low, and I know that I can consistently keep getting them. I'll take 20% all day, because it's not about like 20%, because I do 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, see, and combined they create 40%, 38%, whatever. So to me, this is more filler, and I find it, a lot of people relying on too many, they're trying to rely on one thing, or they're trying to be a bit tight and not want to spend like 69. I mean, I'm locked in at 67 quid. I think it's a bit more now, but you know, if you're worried about 67 quid, then you're not doing something right. Yeah, of course, at the beginning, 67 quid, but if you know what you're doing, £67 is actually like a click of a button. So, you know, it shouldn't be Definitely been doing it a little bit of time. It should not matter that you're spending 67 quid here. Or obviously they all add up if you keep doing that. But I would say, like I had that YouTube video, 10 ways to source products. Obviously FBA Wizard was one of my 10 ways. So I'll use 10 different techniques. Not all the time, because sometimes I'll run out of money, because I might do 6 ways, starting with the most return items, working my way backwards. And I might run out after the most profitable 4 ways of source. I might run out of money, which sometimes happens. When there's good deals on, or I happen to find really good certain products and stuff. But then it could be the other way around, where I start off at the top, obviously the most profitable products, say 50% items that I can find. I work my way down, but then there isn't actually much on deal at that time. And then I worked my way all the way to number 8. Number 8 might be FBA Wizard. Or it could be my replenishable lists, where I'm going over my lists, literally my purchase logs for the last 3 months, and finding anything that's now back on deal that I've already bought before on deal, and it's just recycled through onto a new deal, and I'm then buying it at 30% or 40% or whatever. But at times through the year, obviously deals aren't always there, so you've got to have options available. So sometimes I could find 30 to 50% really good, decent items, but then I've still got 3-4 grand sitting around on a day. I'm thinking, well, yes, I could leave it there, or I could take 28% or 30% return on filler items. So I don't go deep on these. Go literally 4, 6, depending on the rank. I'd say 4 to 5. So if you sell a few at that rate, and then actually some crashes the price, you've only got a couple. You're not like sat on 5. Because if you're sat on 5 of that item and 5 of another item, 5 of another, before you know it, half your inventory is just nothing. So yeah, I've been using this for like a year, and I'll combine it. So if I find some really good deals on, I don't know, whatever website, I'll then, before I check out, go over, I say Superdrug, so I find some great deals through another source. So I don't actually find it through FBA Wizard, but I find some good deals. Or on my replenishable list, I've got some good Superdrug deals that I've got. At the very end, before I check out, I'll then go onto my searches, view results, and then I'll fill in all of the 30% items if I've still got cash. So I might add another 80 quid to my basket, 100 quid to my basket of 8 to 12 items, a couple here, a couple there, just to fill. And that's, for me, the best way to use FBA Wizard, and don't use it as an option. Don't use it as your only option and think it's going to be you're going to be able to figure out the best way to use it, and it's going to give you loads of money. If you're starting out, and you've only got 500 quid, fine. You can use FBA Wizard. And you're not paying yourself a salary. You can use FBA Wizard. You can just go for those 30% items, and over 6 months, build it up, because you've got relatively zero sort of overheads. There's no salary. You might a bit of like prep and a bit of this, and FBA Wizard, 200 quid a month, but you can make 400 or 500, roll over 300, and that's a good way to do it. But if you're actually looking to make this a serious sort of income, then you can't rely on it. You've got to add, like, I've got 10 ways, and I'm hopefully going to build on that. A lot of it's just comes with time. You start thinking outside the box and how to find products. I don't actually have a VA, personally, to source products, because I don't find that you need it. I've got this bookable VA. I've got 2 sheets on bookable VA. I've got FBA Wizard. I use my replenishables and all the other ways that I mentioned on the thing, on one of my YouTube videos, which is a really good video. So you'll be able to find it. It's like 10 ways to source profitable products on Amazon, I think it's called. So yeah, that's the video. So nothing too in depth. You can see here, this is literally my search parameters. It's literally just almost everything. Yeah, it takes a couple of days, but I'll do it once. I'll do it normally on like a Thursday or Friday for the Monday. Or Sunday night, because I sometimes find that the deals refresh on Monday or Tuesday in the week. So you've got to be careful that the searches you're doing from the previous week haven't disappeared by the time you get to Monday. So I find best to do it on Sunday night before the deals. Some of the deals will refresh, and obviously the results will be wrong, because it's going to be picking up what it's already scanned today and not as of the deals of Monday. But anyway, I hope that was a little bit more informative, in the sense that you shouldn't just rely on one way to source. Because if one way doesn't work, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant almost. I don't go on FBA Wizard sometimes for 2 weeks because I don't need to. But then sometimes I go on 3 times a week, and just you do what you have to do. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Hopefully you can smash a thumbs up, maybe just once. I'm joking. Comment if you want to see any future videos, or you just got questions about this video. Maybe you want a bit more insight into what I'm thinking or what I do. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next episode. See ya.